Welcome to my channel Doubt Clarity. Please like, share and subscribe it. Friends, today I will teach you the famous poem Where the Mind is Without Fear, which is written by the famous poet Rabindranath Tagore, who is very famous Bengali person. Let's start the introduction of the poet Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, 7 May 1861 to 7 August 1941. Subrequite Gurudev was a Bengali person having wide-ranging knowledge who received his region's literature and music. He was author of Gitanjali. He became the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. Tagore wrote poetry as an 8-year-old. His novels, stories, songs, dance, dramas and essays spoke to topics political and personal. His compositions were chosen by two nations as national anthems, the Republic of India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh Amar Sonar Bangla. So this is the introduction about the poet. Rabindranath Tagore was a very famous Bengali poet. Okay, he were very famous and were first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. Where the Mind is Without Fear is actually taken from the part of Gitanjali. Now it is telling that Rabindranath Tagore has also composed the national anthems of two nations, once India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh Amar Sonar Bangla. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is laid forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Rabindranath Tagore. So in the first line of the poem, the poet is praying to the Almighty that his countrymen should be free from any fear of oppression or forced compulsion. He wishes that everyone in his country has his head held high in dignity. In other words, according to him, in a truly free country, every person should be fearless and should have a sense of self-dignity. Now, in the second line of the Where the Mind is Without Fear, this poem is telling that the poet dreams of a nation where knowledge would be free. Okay, education should not be restricted to the upper class only, but everybody should be allowed to acquire knowledge. Not only that, the children should learn freely from the nature and the world around them. They should not be forced to memorize some predetermined lessons. And this is Tagore's typical concept of education. Now, in the third and fourth lines, it is telling that the poet emphasizes the unity of not only his countrymen but also of the entire world. He thinks that there should be no division among people based on their caste, creed, religion, color or other baseless superstitions. In the other words, we can say that prejudices and superstitions should not divide the people in groups and break their unity. Now in the fifth line, the poet is telling that Tagore wants a nation, where people are truthful. Tagore wants that the people must be truthful. They should not be superficial and words should come out from the depth of their hearts. Now in the sixth line of the poem, the poet wants everyone to work hard to reach their goal and in the long run to reach perfection. He thinks they should not be tired by working. People should not be lazy and ignoring their work. In the seventh line, the poet compares reason or logical thinking to a clear stream. And in the eighth line, the poet compares dead habits or to superstitions, beliefs to a dreary desert. He wants the stream of reason not to lose its way into the desert of prejudices. In short, people's thoughts should be monitored by rational thinking, not by superstition. Logic should rule over old baseless beliefs. In the 9th and 10th line, the poet wishes his countrymen to be progressive and broad-minded. He wants that their minds are laid forward to ever-widening thought and action by the Almighty. In short, we should be open-minded and do something unusual or extraordinary, overcoming the narrowness of my mind. In the final line of the poem, the poet addresses the God as Father. Here, Father means God. he asks him to awaken his country into such a haven of freedom where the above conditions meet. Where all the above conditions means all the lines. Poet praises the god that a person must be knowledged. Okay, and there must be fight for the equality and make their country a democratic country. To make it clear, the poet prays to the Almighty, that which is addressing here as Father, to raise or lift awake his country to such heights where freedom would be realized at its best, a haven of freedom. In turn, he is actually praying that God awakens his countrymen so that they come out from the darkness of ignorance, prejudices, disunity, and other evils. Finally, in the poem, the poet's message is very clear. If all the people of our nation are not wise enough to lead a happy and peaceful life free from all evils, they cannot enjoy their freedom well. So, to the poet, only political freedom is not so important unless you are fearless, self-dignified, knowledgeable, truthful, hardworking, and broad-minded enough to enjoy it fully. So today, friends, I have completed the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment box below. I will solve it out. So today up to this, that's for all. Bye bye. Please friends, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.